during the live look-in, talking about Harry Kane, who says in maybe 10 to 12 years wouldn't mind being a professional football player, kicker. He plays for Tottenham, the Hotspurs, I believe. And Harry Kane says in about 10 years, maybe he'd come over here and be a field goal kicker. I don't know. It's a big pay cut for these guys because imagine Messi, who makes, $100 million a year, or Ronaldo or Neymar. Can't imagine that they're going to go, I think I'm going to wrap up my career by being a place kicker for throw out a team. The Atlanta Falcons. Yes, Eden.
It would even probably be a big pay cut if they came over here from Europe, played for the MLS for a little while.
Yeah.
Where it'd make, I think Zlatan's at like $7 or $8 million a year. And then even, the highest paid kicker isn't even, I think, half that.
But could you see a scenario where Messi ends his career in the MLS? Or Ronaldo or Neymar?
It's almost likely at this juncture. It's almost like that's how it goes. Look at the best players in the world. Thierry Henry finished here. David Beckham, of course, started it. Zlatan, one of the top players in the world, finishing up here. You can get paid pretty well, play at a higher level. A lot of these guys their teams bail on them when they hit 33, 34.
But they're making so much money that they don't have to play again.
No.
And unless you came over here for your brand, I can't imagine Ronaldo or Neymar or Messi doing that.
You trying the NFL, you mean? Or
no,
trying
MLS. No, they're not going to play in the NFL.
But remember, they don't have to be great here. They just have to be kind of great, a little bit of what they were, and they'll still be the best player, one of the best players in MLS, and they'll own this country for 2 more years. It's like getting a lifeline for your career the last 2 years. And I know MLS is not Premier League or Spain or anything like that, but you get a lot of notoriety. Zlatan Ibrahimovic was not known here until 2 years ago.
Yeah, but Neymar and Ronaldo and Messi, Ronaldo is probably the most popular athlete in the world.
Probably the most recognized.
I don't think he needs any more popularity.
I would bet a week's pay that he plays a season of MLS soccer. I'm talking 4 years from now.
I don't even know why you would do it, though, because you risk getting hurt. You risk, limping to the finish line. And for what?
But we do have cities like Miami and Los Angeles and New York that are attractive to international soccer players.
I would think it'd be attractive to own a team, not play for a team. Like when Rooney came over here, we always get these players, 2 years after they're good.
That's the only way.
And then he goes to D.C. and you're like, okay, all right, it's kind of a nice story, but he's not in the news. He doesn't make it's barely a blip. Yes,
he's barely a blip if you're not following soccer, though. But because D.C. was pretty good. He's made a splash. He's still Wayne Rooney. He's still better than most players on his team. You know what I mean? He's still.
But I don't think this impacted anything with his career by coming over here. He was already a legend.
Yeah, I think the other thing, too, that's a little different about soccer is that you play a lot of friendlies in soccer where you still have star players do that, whereas, say, in football here, it's like we can't possibly play any more games. You can't play games that don't mean anything. Are you crazy? We can't do that. Yeah. In soccer, you do that. In international soccer, you do that. And there was just a story last week about Lionel Messi asking one of his teammates what the MLS was, what's it like playing in America, and how's the MLS? How are your teammates? Not saying that he's kicking the tires on it necessarily, but you could wonder if that's something that he's already thinking about. That was sort of inferred with the story.
Unless you could expand your brand where it makes it worthwhile to do that. But, Messi's played over here in the United States. He's played matches over here. But you're going to go in and you're going to play with the Red Devils or somebody? I don't see that happening.
But it kind of does expand your brand. If you look at Thierry Henry, he was one of the most famous athletes on earth, except for one country in the world, us. 300 million people really had no idea who Thierry Henry was. The rest of the world, he was a household name. Then he came here and got a little bit of our country, too. Same with David Beckham. David Beckham, household name, except for here. And then he got here. Also, the MLS, they've done a pretty good job of milking that. That Beckham edition, there's 20 more teams now. So it has worked out, and the attendance is there.
Yeah. I could see Harry Kane maybe coming over, but, he's not at the level that these other guys are.
Right, he's quite a bit younger. But Cristiano Ronaldo is 34, and there's going to be a day when his team bails on him, and he'll be playing in New York or Miami.
Man, I'd be surprised. But, it'd be a pleasant surprise there.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.